I'm going to be showing you my winter afternoon routine with 2 ponies. First, I'm going to ride Peaches, and I'm going to brush him down. I already did a little bit of curry comb where he has stains, and so I'm just going to get down his whole body. I'm using the hard brush because he is a bit dirtier than usual. So I'm going to brush down his legs a lot because they're pretty muddy. It rained yesterday, so it's been pretty muddy in the paddock. And I'm trying to get this mud out that I think he was laying down earlier because he's pretty muddy.
What happens if you don't get the mud out?
He'll get really irritated underneath the saddle because it's like really aggravating if you're like dirty and you put socks on. Like you have dusty feet and you have to put socks on. That would be super gross. And it's the same about horses. This is a magic tool. The handy thing about a scraper is that it gets the fur, it gets the hair out, and it also, it's very handy because it gets the stain out, and you don't have to get your brush all dirty with hair. So I don't do it on the legs. I use the brush down there, but I'll just do it right here, which is really bad. I'm gonna do it on this side, and then I'll finish up with the brush once I'm done.
Why is he losing so much hair?
It's spring and he's losing hair because it's getting a lot warmer. So I need to use a scraper, and I need to clean my brushes regularly. There are a couple bad things about the shedding times, like your brushes are covered in hair. And you're covered in hair yourself, like at the show. I was covered in hair. It was so bad. It was like a fuzzball. Well, Peaches was the fuzzball. I was cleaner up. Okay, there we go. I think that's good. Now I'm gonna get a soft brush, nice and soft. I'm gonna brush his face to get it nice and clean, get the hair out, dirt and dust.
Do you think he likes this?
I don't know. So I'm just gonna do the mane and forelock because you can't rip out the hair like you can a tail. So never use this on the tail. I buy a tail comb, but it hasn't come yet.
That's called a forelock?
Yes, this is called a forelock.
It looks like just a hairbrush.
This is a hairbrush for horses.
Okay,
now I'm gonna do the hooves. I'm not gonna put on a hoof oil, but I am gonna brush them off because they're a bit dirty. Actually,
why are you not putting on oil?
I think I am gonna put on oil. They're a bit dry. Actually, no, because they're too muddy. I think maybe I'll do it after the ride if his feet are cleaner. Okay.
Did the feet get clean while you ride?
Yeah, because he's moving. So I'm gonna pick his hoofs. And get all the dirt and mud, manure, and shavings out of there. Jeez, Peaches. Well, I haven't ridden him in a few days, so.
How often do you have to ride him?
5 or 4 times a week that I like to do. It depends upon what weather is. Like if I ride him a bunch, like say we had a Christmas parade and I rode him like 8 miles at a walk and a trot because it was like a parade. So then I gave him a day off. Then it rained the day after that, so I couldn't exercise him for 3 days. So I have gotten to the zone where I just exercise him whenever the sun shines.
They have a saying for that, you know that?
Yeah.
Make hay while the sun shines.
Yeah. No, I'm doing the back hoofs.
How do I know he's not going to kick me back here?
Do you really think Peaches would kick you? He's never kicked me. Now, Blaze is a different story. He didn't kick me. He's bitten me everywhere. On my butt, on my cheek, on my shoulder, on my finger. Blaze is less careful than Peaches about that sort of stuff. Blaze is like, oh, I want that treat. And your finger's in the way, I'll just eat it. I'll eat both. So, Peaches is more considerate. I never let Henry feed Blaze a short carrot. I always have him hold a really long carrot when he's feeding Blaze because Blaze is like, he eats what is ever in the way. So, there's a lot of reason why people pick hoofs. It's for getting all the icky stuff out. It is for keeping rain rot out of their hoofs and all sorts of other things like that. It keeps their hoofs clean, and they always are more, I actually want to ride today if their hoofs are clean and they're well groomed. Okay, now I'm going to put on these drafty boots. So actually today I'm going to be using a new set for both of the ponies. I have this for Blaze, and I have Color Kiwi that we did an unboxing. And then we have these black drafter boots. They're size small. Peaches has all these types of sizes. His boots are small. His ear bonnet is medium.
What are these for?
They are for that if he hits the jump with his hoof, they won't hurt. My horse.
Does he normally hit the jump?
Miss Leslie, she has lots of little ponies, and her little pony Amo, I've ridden her a couple times. Amo didn't like going over jumps, but ever since Miss Leslie, her owner, have been putting drafter boots on her, she's actually started jumping again because she feels more safe to go over jumps. So definitely when you do jumping, put boots on, at least the front. You can put them on the front and back, but you don't really need to do that as much as you need to do this. Now, if you're going trail riding on like a very woodsy place where like sticks are sticking out everywhere, do it on both of the back and front, because then if like a stick sticks out right there, it will be protected. So these are very handy. Here we have the regular base layer close contact Lamu all-purpose saddle pad. It's also close contact saddle pad. And then we have this half pad, which I like to use on both of the horses because it like gives it like more thick and like excellent for like stuff like that. Peaches needs it. Blaze doesn't need it as much. So if we do like a ride with me and Peaches, with Blaze and Peaches, normally I use this for Peaches. I'm going to be using this saddle for Blaze and Peaches today because the other saddle we have is the boys'. It's also Blaze's. So this is my saddle. It's an all-purpose saddle. I like all-purpose because I can still jump in it. That's my favorite thing to do. But I can also go on trail rides and still be comfortable. Because like the difference between a dressage saddle and a jumping saddle is the jumping saddle is much more high. It has less of a swoop in it, but the dressage saddle goes deeper.
Is this a dressage saddle?
It's just all-purpose, so you can do dressage and jumping on it. Like if I ever want to try dressage, I'll have a saddle that I can use. But right now I'm just focusing on jumping. Okay, so now I'm putting on this strap. I don't know what it's called. And it connects to one of these, and then so it's like really secure so that the saddle pad cannot get disconnected to the saddle. I'm gonna fluff up this right here by the pommel of the saddle so that when we're cantering, it'll be able to reach everything. I'm gonna put it on the girth and then on the bridle. We'll be all ready.
Who taught you to do all this?
My riding instructor, Miss Lisa, taught me how to ride. She was at the show. If you watch that show video, she was the one who was helping with Peaches and stuff. So that is my main instructor. Then I have another one named Miss Leslie who has that little miniature horse that wouldn't go over jumps.
Is she the one that taught you to do all the saddle stuff?
Yes. Okay, so I'm going to tighten the skirt up to 3 and then 3 on either side. I'd like to tighten it all the way up. It will go. It's just easier that way because Peaches doesn't stand still when you're putting on a skirt. So I do it on 3/4 for him. Every horse has a different size. Okay, so and I think it needs to go a little tight. No, that's good. We're not going to be doing stuff too crazy. So we're just gonna do cross rails. Not that big.
Is Blaze gonna stay in his pen?
Yeah, I'll make sure of
He's
that.
pre-trained to this fence?
Yeah, he won't go close to it anymore. He had a bit of a problem about staying. I'm gonna get my also all-purpose bridle.
Can you do this by yourself now?
Yeah, I can. I used to not be able to put on the bridle by myself because Peaches used to walk away. He'd be like, yeah, I won't do it. He used to walk away, so I always needed help. Okay, so now I'm gonna put on the bridle. You always put the reins over the head just in case the horse wants to walk away. That's definitely Peaches.
He's standing a little better while you do this. Why do you think he's standing better than he used to?
He has a friend and we are more used to each other.
Oh. Maybe he's used to the farm?
Yeah, a bit more.
Yeah, he used to be antsy. Is it because you tied him up that he did good, or
yeah,
was he also
cross
antsy?
tie.
Yeah.
Horses do a lot better with cross ties. So if you have a horse and you don't have anywhere, if you have like an aisle like this, always buy these cross ties. They are very handy. You can just attach them to the holder. I wouldn't recommend. Oh, that's what was wrong. My reins are on wrong. I put this on wrong. Will you do this? Will you undo that?
Horse dad to the rescue.
I put on my reins wrong.
Do flies bother horses bad?
Yeah, I'm not bad about.
Bad as cows?
Yes. If you don't put fly spray on them, buy fly masks or anything like that.
Which we're not going to do that.
No, I might buy a fly mask for when I ride him this summer, because I don't want him like every few steps going and swishing flies. So now I'm heading.
Oh, what do you do that for?
That electric didn't scare him. So now I'm heading to my ring thingy. It's like a big round pin because it's made out of round pin pieces, but we need a good place to ride, so we just got a lot of panels. I'm just gonna circle him until he leaves. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy.
Do you think he likes the workout?
He doesn't like it, but it does help him.
You think he likes it when we're done?
Look at Bliss. I bet Peach is gonna do that too.
Yeah?
Yeah. Well, that's because he's just been ridden. He's tired. He's like,
When are you gonna muck that out there?
I don't. I put mulch in it.
It's a hot winter day.
It is. It's spring.
I thought this was winter routine.
It is a winter routine because they're in their stalls.
Yeah. When you put them out to grass?
Whenever the cows go.
A little less than a month, probably.
Yeah.
Blaze! You got him saddled up?
Almost. This.
How often do you ride him?
As much as I can. That's not that much. No.
What do you need me to do?
I need you to hold him still. Oh, this bit is on around too. Great. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Move your hand. Okay, there we go. Oh, great. These reins are on too wrong too. I think I put the bit on. Blaze is, no one really knows his exact breeding. I don't know what. He's, I think a 12 hand, and he is 14 years old, and he was a Western Trail horse, and I'm trying to teach him a bit of jumping. Let's go. He doesn't want to.
Why do you think he doesn't want to go?
He's lazy.
He doesn't want to leave Peaches, or he's lazy?
He's lazy. I haven't exercised him in a few days, so he's gonna be a bit lazy today. Whether he's gonna be really energetic or really lazy.
Why do you have Blaze?
Because Peaches needs a friend, and Blaze is a good size. He isn't that big, he isn't that small. We can still ride him, and you don't have to worry about him eating too much food, like a little Shetland pony.
Shetland ponies eat too much?
Yeah, they can eat too much. Like, you can put Peaches and Blaze out on pasture, and they can't eat too much. Now, a little Shetland pony, they can eat way too much.
Wow.
So they have to keep Shetland ponies on the diet. Some people say Shetland ponies get fat on air. It's true.
Fat on what?
Air.
Wow.
I think Blaze did really good, considering that he's never done jumping before.
That was his first time jumping?
No, I'm training him to jump, so I've jumped him a few times.
Oh,
so
I see.
I'm the only one who's jumped him before.
Oh, okay.
So you saw that he had a lot of refusals, but that's normal for a horse who hasn't done any jumping. So
Was a refusal when he dodged the ramp?
Yep, when he didn't want to go to it. So after he did it once, I let him walk, and then we were done, because he needs to know that he's not going to get away with not doing it.
Ah, so you never leave it with him not doing it.
So I finished with a good note.
Does he like carrots?
He does. Now I'm going to take off his saddle. Well, this is actually Peach's saddle, but I use it for both of them when I ride. Look at that hair. Okay, so I'm going to take off the saddle, and this time, how long do you have till you have to go, Papa?
10 minutes.
You have to go to your appointment in 10 minutes?
10, 15 minutes. I have to transition to my appointment. Wow, this shouldn't take that long.
To Buck Stalls?
Oh.
Okay, now I'm going to brush him down because he's really hot and sweaty. And I'm going to put him in the turnout. We'll start. No, my hand's not together.
That's all there is to it, huh?
For riding, yes, I have to muck out their stalls. Come on.
Have you checked their water?
Yeah, I'll do that. Come on. Go into your pen. And now I'm gonna muck out Peach's stall, and then I'll get him his hay and water. So I'm just shoveling up all the manure. He's a pretty messy horse, and this stall ain't too big. So there's a lot of manure. So I just get out all the old bedding and put in the new one. Every evening before I put him in the stall, and I do the same for Blaze. Blaze is not quite so messy, and he's not quite so big. So his stall is as big as Peach's, so he doesn't even get a mess. So the reason why I muck stalls is because you can't just let horses just sit in manure for days and days. Their feet will rot, get rain rot, not like rot, but like get rain rot, and their feet will get really unhealthy. They'll get ants and termites. It's like ants can like crawl into their legs and eat their skin. So it's very necessary to muck stalls every day. If your horse is in the stall half a day, and twice a day if your horse is in the stall a whole day, every day. So in the morning and evening, if you have a horse during the night and the morning, and the daytime. So I'm really used to mucking stalls, so I can do it really easily by now. Now, when I first mucked out one stall, it took me an hour just to take care of Peaches. When I got Blaze, it took me an hour to take care of both horses. Now it takes me 15, 20 minutes to do all the stuff.
You get bored of it?
Yeah. When it's raining and cold, it's terrible. But when it's like good weather and it's warm, pleasant, you had a great ride, it's really worth it.
Did you have a great ride today?
Yeah, I'm really happy with Blaze, and I'm happy with Peaches. Normally we have a good ride with Peaches, and a lot of the time I have a pretty bad ride with Blaze. Well, it's just that it takes forever to get him over the jump, but he actually went over it, which I'm very pleased with. Okay. Now, Blaze's stall. When I'm done with this, I'm gonna put fresh bedding in each stall. The horses, the ponies, have a hay that they don't like to eat. It's like that type of hay that's in there. It's like all like thick. It's kind of like straw, and they don't eat it, so I'll use it for the bedding. So here's.
Why is this so sticky?
Because the cows were in here. And it's like, yeah, we didn't.
You're on compact bedding?
Yeah, which we couldn't get out. But with Peaches, it wasn't that compacted, so we could get it out. See, that's from the cows. Horse manure is easier to pick up than cow manure, I think. That's my experience. Look at this hay. The horses hate it.
It's cruddy hay. But I'm a little concerned because it gets compacted.
What does that mean? Like compacted?
Yeah, it gets like that other stall. It'll be hard to get up. Have you been doing it?
Yeah.
And it's not hard to get up?
But I clean it every day. Jonah
Alright.
didn't clean that stall every day like you should.
Alright. Another concern is that they would eat it off the ground, eating their poop.
I've tried to feed them this hay. I give them a little bit of this hay every day. They just leave it in the feeder. Okay, so here is Peaches. Here's Blaze. I'm just carrying them over while I head over to get hay. Here's the hay that they do like. So Peaches gets 3 flakes. And this is heavy hay. Blaze gets 2 flakes because he's smaller. And Blaze is bigger. I mean, Peaches is big. So, Blaze doesn't eat that much. But, well, actually, Blaze does eat as much as Peaches if you give it. But he's pretty close to being a Shetland pony, so I don't want him eating too much. Now I'm going to carry over this water bucket. I'm not going to fill it up. I'm going to bring it over. And then here we have the rest of these 2 flakes of hay. I'm going to carry them to Blaze's stall and take the water bucket because it's just such a waste of time to have to go back and forth to get buckets and hay. So might as well bring it back from getting the hay. I like to spray the food down a little bit because it gets so dusty and dry. So I like to spray it down a little bit. Then I rinse out the bucket and start filling it while I get the horses their food. Go. That's what we're using. Good. Now this is some alfalfa that we need to get the ponies fattened up. I took it out of their diet, but then I put it right back in because they weren't gaining any weight, so I needed to add it back in. So there's their grain. Then I wash up my hands and then dump out this hay water. That's just Peaches. He likes to eat his hay out of his water bucket. Sometimes I'm like, really? Like, it's kind of hard to get off. Now while that's going, I lift the black bucket and carry it. Ooh, almost spilled it. To Peaches' stall. Then I leave it there. Go back and get Peaches' bucket. Kind of comfortable with how I do it. Ooh. And we can add this while we're waiting. I don't know what it is. Mama says it helps them gain weight. So I'm using it. So I have to get half an ounce for each one. There's Blazes. Now the Peaches. There we go. Oops. Then I forgot to lift that one.
That's parasitic tonic.
Thank you. And then I'm gonna carry this one. It's Peaches' stall, put it in Peaches' stall. This is Peaches' bucket. And then I'm gonna carry Blaze's stall to Blaze's stall. I have quite the routine with these ponies. When I take care of them without anybody to help me, this is what I do. So now you know. Because we kind of filmed the afternoon routine when we did riding with a friend video. She took care of Blaze. So it wasn't really my full winter afternoon routine because I wasn't doing it myself. Okay, you can see. Now I have their buckets. This green is Peaches, red is Blaze. Put it in the corner of their stall. Go to the other one. Put it in the corner of the stall. And well, okay. He's itchy.
Done?
Yes, almost. Let's put the horses. Get over there because I'm gonna open the gate.
Oh, they know which one's the switch, huh?
Yep, it's a routine. No, let me clean that. I need to take off your... There we go. And that is my winter afternoon routine. I hope you enjoyed.